Give me a nod to Yasuke, the original African samurai, but with a female protagonist. And this high fantasy will have you wanting to take up fencing, binge watching Afro Samurai, and learning Japanese on Duolingo. Are you ready?
The Books and Vogue podcast. Come get your favorite next book. The Books and Vogue podcast with Tatiana.
Welcome, book lovers, to the Books on Vogue podcast. This is your premier listening experience all about immersive reading and helping avid and reluctant readers alike imagine book characters like never before. I'm your host, Kat Trinidad. The format of the show is I introduce a book, share tips on how you can engage your senses as you read this title, because it's one thing to be a mood reader, but you get a little something extra from the story when you are set the mood reader. And finally, I will end the show with a reimagining of my favorite scene. Today, we will discuss techniques for getting into Sistah Samurai with none other than the author Tatiana Obey. Welcome, Tatiana.
Hello, Kat. Thank you for inviting me to speak with you today.
Please tell us about the book.
Sure. So, Sister Samurai, she is the last of her clan, and this book follows her in a day in her life. So, she's out running errands and she's trying to get home. But, it's one of those days. So, everything goes wrong. The local warlords won't leave her alone, and all the demons keep getting her in her way. But she is not the one, not today. So, this is an anime-inspired tale that celebrates an unapologetically Black action heroine.
I love that so much. As a lover of anime and always seeking out the ones with the characters of color, like I'm here for all of this. So, um, do you care to join me in a discussion of some tips for setting the reading mood?
Yes, of course. So I think the first way to start is to binge your favorite anime.
Okay.
So definitely check out Afro Samurai, Samurai Champloo, Rurouni Kenshin. And also, I made an accompanying playlist with the book. So I would go and check out that playlist. There's a QR code in the book, and each song matches a chapter. And it features a range of selection from different Black female artists. So definitely get into it, listen to it before you read. The book is a novella, and readers have told me that they can read it in a day, but there is a commercial break where you can stop and grab yourself some snacks. But also, there's some laugh out loud moments. So be careful what you choose to eat and drink.
Okay. Okay. Well, book lovers, I hope you have your writing utensils ready because class is in session.
Hear it, see it, smell it, sense it, taste it, touch it. Hear it, see it, smell it, sense it, taste it, touch it. Hear it, see it, smell it, sense it, taste it, touch it.
The Books and Vogue podcast.
So, Tatiana, what's the vibe? How can we engage our spirit as we read this book?
So, one of the inspirations for writing this book is I wanted to write a heroine that reflected the Black women around me. So, like those women that I looked up to, such as my mom and my grandmother and my aunt. So, to really engage your spirit, I want you to call to mind the women that you look up to, the women that have contributed to your journey and that you carry with you. So, Kat, is there a particular woman that you look up to that you would bring with you?
Yes, think of me, think of me. Thank you. I'm over here fangirling so hard, like, my name, my name. Okay. So what's the sound of Sister Samurai? I know you mentioned the playlist, and I have a copy of the book right here. And yes, the playlist is in here and with the QR code. But why don't you tell us what keynotes in music or nature could set the tone as we read this novel?
All right. So before reading, like I want you to close your eyes and imagine yourself walking down like a country dirt road. And there are the trees and there's the animals. But what I want you to really focus on are your footsteps, the rhythm of them, the staccato of their beat. Like at first, you're alone, you're walking alone. But as you read through the novel, the sounds of footsteps increase. So, second pair at first, then a third, then a fourth. So much so that when you reach the end of this book, you're no longer walking alone. It's a community of people walking with you. I wrote this book because it's easy as a Black woman to feel alone and to take so much onto our shoulders. And I wanted this book to be a reminder that we're never walking alone. So I hope that makes sense.
Oh, yes, yes. I'm over here snapping with my non-snapping self trying to snap. So, do share the aesthetics. This can be any visuals aside from the book, such as lighting.
Hmm. So I did live in Japan for a brief time, and what really struck me about living there compared to Texas, where I am, is how distinctly seasonal their year is. So besides actually going to Japan, I want you to bring to mind your favorite parts of spring. So like the blooming of wildflowers, spring rain shower, that final break of winter cold as the world turns green again. Go outside, feel the sun on your skin, curl up on your favorite porch chair, just really enjoy the nature around you. Like I know I like reading outside sometimes, but what about you, Kat? Do you like reading outside? What's your favorite season?
I do. I love reading outside. I have a patio oasis where I like plant like quite a few blooms back there, and I have a majesty palm. I try to give like a tropical feel. And actually, believe it or not, my favorite time to read out there is the fall. I don't like it
Ooh.
being too hot. I like a little chill in the air, and I even have a blanket that I take out and cuddle up with on the raton
Oh, that sounds
sectional
nice.
out there and read. Yeah, yeah. So thanks for asking. So what's the flavor? Any food or drink companions for this site? I know earlier you said be careful what you choose. So what do you suggest?
Um, because this book is a fusion of like Black and Japanese culture, there are several fusion dishes featured in the book. So you have like things such as green tea lemonade or Kool-Aid pickled radishes. So I would definitely suggest to order in your favorite fusion food. Or if you haven't tried it yet, spicy miso ramen. It's my favorite ramen dish, as well as the main character's favorite ramen dish. It's very hearty, but also spicy, like a spicy noodle. I definitely recommend for you to try. Have you tried it, Kat?
I haven't tried that. I have tried quite a few fusion dishes. I live in the Bay Area.
Oh.
It's a big and diverse Asian population here, and so like fusion dishes are really popular here in general. Like one of my favorites is this Philly cheesesteak egg roll.
Ooh.
So
Yes,
delicious.
get some of those.
Right? Or like cutty is like a Filipino dish.
Mhm.
It's like a peanut butter stew. And so I've had cutty um wings.
Ooh.
So like that sauce is on like some hot wings. Oh, so good. So good. So yes, I have plenty of choices here to choose from. Hopefully our listeners will be able to find some of that diversity and fusion to accompany them as they read as well. But I'm glad that you have some suggestions in here. Maybe um if they don't have that nearby, they can try to YouTube or Google some recipes to try to make it at home. I bet that'll be fun too. So, what's the aroma? Are there any smells to transport us into the pages?
Yes, so cherry blossoms are a huge motif in the book. So I highly encourage you to light a nice cherry blossom scented candle. And they do have a very distinct smell, which I kind of kept with me as I wrote the book. So if you can't find anything cherry blossom scented, then I recommend your favorite spring scents. So are there any particular scents that bring to mind spring for you, Kat?
Hmm. I'm on board with the cherry blossoms. Um, it as soon as you said it, it made me think of the cherry blossom festivals. Like I know in the DC area, they typically have a
Oh,
big cherry
yeah.
blossom festival. Like all the cherry blossoms that they have planted there, they all bloom at the same time, and they only bloom once, and so that's what makes them so special. But yes, that definitely brings to mind spring. Just any kind of blooms for me will will bring to mind spring. And my favorite that I have planted in my backyard are hibiscus. I love the hibiscus
Ooh,
trees, and the nasturtiums. So yes, those are my favorite. Yeah, so I'm like, I'm like smelling it, the phantom scents right now, just thinking about it.
yeah. And hibiscus tea is really nice too.
Oh yes, yes. Oh yes, so good. So, how can we get more of the feels? How can we engage our sense of touch as we read this book?
Yeah, so expensive kimonos are typically made out of silk, but the cheaper ones are typically made out of cotton or hemp. So I would suggest wear your lightest cotton or your softest silk robe to help you like really get into the mood of feeling like a badass samurai.
Yes, yes, yes. I love that. I love that I actually have many robes, many robes of different textures and weights. And so I would be ready for that. Well, there you go, book lovers. These are your recommended supplies as you read this title. If you're able, pause and get some of these if available, or simply imagine because it's time for my favorite scene. Disclaimer, please note that exact words, names, locations, and/or scenarios mentioned in this reimagined reenactment may differ from the actual book. Sharing my favorite scenes I reenacted though, imagining the fiction world that I've been reading of. Going from all the things, I just gave you a list. Come experience all the senses as protagonists. And it don't get more real than this. Immersive read with books on book and live vicariously. Temple Love Connection, starring Tatiana Obey as the narrator and Sistah Samurai, and Kat Trinidad as the little girl and Brother Monks. I want to become like you.
The little girl said, even more insistent.
My dad was killed by demons. I want to become a samurai so that I can protect my family and everyone that I love.
For a moment, I saw another little girl in her face. A little girl so angry and so vengeful after stumbling upon the corpses of her family in the sunflower fields. She had lost her parents, her grandmother, and her little brother that day. The demons had consumed their souls and left their bodies behind for the crows. But that was a long time ago. Anger was for the youth. And I was mostly just tired now, so tired of burying folks. I wanted to shake the girl and warn her that loss was never ending, and that no matter how hard we try to prevent it, cherry blossoms always fall. Before I could crush the little girl's naivety, a voice called out.
There you are.
I swiveled in the direction of that baritone voice. I saw the head of the crowd before I saw the rest of them. Once people saw him coming this way, they parted for him. Not because they were intimidated by the broad shoulders and muscled physique that the formless robes did little to hide, but out of respect for the order he belonged to. The chain medallion, the calligraphy staff, and the white silk do-rag that flowed to his ankles clearly identified him as belonging to the sacred order of Brother Monks. They often did charity work in the area and were held in high regard among the villagers. I didn't recognize this one, and I've been visiting Chagakure for some time now. But he must be new to the village, but not new to the order judging by the number of chains around his neck. I've worked with enough brothers to know that every chain marked a year of service, with medallions signifying a particularly distinguished year. This guy had 15 chains and 5 medallions, higher than the head monk currently stationed in the village. It immediately made me wonder if something was going on and, nope, none of my business. They could be organizing a cipher to practice their haikus for all I care.
Your mom is looking for you, young lady,
The monk said. He grabbed the girl by the shoulder as if knowing any moment she could be spirited away.
She reported you missing at the temple. This is the second time this week. But no buts.
The monk reprimanded.
Your mom cares for you too much to be worried, huh? You feel me?
The girl searched the crowd, probably for those friends of hers she was playing with, but seeing them long gone, her shoulders drooped in surrender.
Fine.
The monk nodded in approval. He then looked at me and was not at all thunderstruck the little girl had been. Wouldn't be surprised to learn that the villagers had been gossiping about me to the newcomers. He gave me an acknowledging nod up.
Sister?
Brother, I acknowledged, nodding up in turn. The brother monks and sister samurai often disagreed regarding different methodologies and approaches to dealing with the demons. The brothers were often too busy trying to figure out where the demons came from to actually deal with the demons clawing at their faces. But in the end, we were in this fight together. I held no grudges against them, except for the fact that most of them were still alive and, curiously, congregating in the village. We stood staring at each other, awkwardly. What was he waiting for? You're new, I said, voting to my damn curiosity.
A refugee, just like everyone else.
Straight line out his neck. I debated if I should call him out on it, which led to another uncomfortable silence. Even the little girl, who was looking between us with some confusion, blurted.
Just ask her out already.
He stepped closer to me, as if to whisper something, but that was quite close enough. I didn't like anyone past the range of my wakizashi that I didn't invite in. I drew back, reestablishing a comfortable distance, and he looked at me with further confusion. Didn't know why he was acting so confused. You never step in a swarm of women's space without cause.
You got it?
He asked, a tinge of desperation in his voice now.
Why haven't you gone to the temple with it?
Have what? All I know is you step to me like that again, I'm strangling you with your damn chain, I said, tired of all this. I don't know what you're talking about. You got the wrong person. Whoever you think I am not her. How many other Sistah Samurai you know out here with an afro? Something in my words must have clicked, but his eyes widened.
Nah, you right. I mistook you for somebody else. My deepest apology, sister. If you would allow me to treat you to lunch, I could clear up the confusion. Know what I mean? Ha! It's a date,
the little girl said triumphantly. I honestly didn't know if this dude was sincere or this was the weirdest pickup line I had ever heard. Either way, I didn't have time for this. Don't bother me again, I threatened, before walking away into the dispersed crowd now that the geishas had passed. I had more important things to do than to figure out the monks and their cryptic bullshit, but still, what in the do-rag fuck?
Book lovers, if you have enjoyed this sneak peek, you can get more by reading the whole book. Sistah Samurai by Tatiana Obey is available at your local library and everywhere books are sold. And if it's not, request it, because you deserve to read all the books that interest you. And if you have already read Sistah Samurai or are in the middle of reading it, let me know in the comments what you like to do to set the mood for reading, because I would love to hear from you. So please leave your feedback. Tatiana, is there anything else you would like to share with the listeners?
Yes, if you enjoy reading Sistah Samurai, the sequel, Return of the Sistah Samurai, is or will be published on Juneteenth. While Sistah Samurai really invokes a spring aesthetic, Return of the Sistah Samurai is all about the summer vibes. So think of laughter at family reunions, or the smell of meat grilling at the cookouts, or hot, languid summer days. So finally, thank you so much for having me here today. I truly enjoyed sharing how sensory details can elevate your reading.
Awesome. Well, you know what? Thank you for joining us, and thank you for sharing that. Like, that sequel is perfect for the summer reading vibes, and I'm here for that too. One quick message. This podcast is now a part of the Alive Podcast Network. Be sure to check out the full episode wherever you listen to your podcast, and please consider supporting the podcast by downloading and becoming a member of the Alive Podcast Network app. And so, book lovers, thank you so much for listening. With peace, much love, and joy. Happy reading.
The Books and Vogue Podcast. Come get your favorite next book. The Books and Vogue Podcast. With Catch and Brad.
Subscribe, listen, check out recommendations, and happy reading.